WWE, tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs 2014. NXT sure was good, wasn't it?
All those moments will be lost like tears in rain.
The history of TLC is a great example of running something into the ground. It started with ladder matches, where whoever climbs to the top and grabs the belt wins. An awesome match that everyone always loved. Eventually, someone got the idea to do a tag team ladder match with 4 fresh-faced studs, the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian. These guys were young, crazy, and had something to prove, so they had an absolute classic. It was so well received that they started having more ladder matches with each other, and before long, a third team, the Dudleys, got involved as well. Now you had 3 teams, who, oddly enough, were each known for using different weapons. The Hardys became known for their creative, acrobatic, death-defying ladder stunts. Edge and Christian had a devastating move called the Concerto, where they would smack a guy from both sides with chairs. And the Dudleys were known for throwing people through tables. And so was born the very first TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Basically the craziest, most chaotic human fuckfest in all of wrestling. And yeah, it was awesome. The TLC match reappeared sporadically throughout the years as a special attraction for only the most extreme feuds. Then, in 2009, the WWE decided to do to TLC what they do to everything, which is to ruin it by making a designated TLC pay-per-view every December. They also did this to their other biggest match, the Hell in a Cell. The effect is a watered-down shadow of itself that we've become conditioned to expect once a year, even when it doesn't make sense. Also, at one point they had a midget TLC match called WeLC. And the fact that it's one of the most memorable TLC matches in recent memory should tell you just how stale they've let this match become. I really don't give a shit about this year's TLC at all. There's nothing to be excited about. The build-up has been a cure for insomnia, the roster is lacking a lot of big names, and worst of all, it has to follow what turned out to be the pay-per-view of the year, NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. How sad is it that the once great WWE is now at a point where it's getting routinely upstaged by its own minor league? You know how on most shows after a big match there's usually a throwaway match, like some crummy Divas thing or a squash, so that the audience can decompress? Because being on your feet going crazy for something is exhausting. Well, that's what this entire pay-per-view feels like after NXT Our Evolution. One big throwaway show. I'm exhausted. Even if TLC is good, I don't know if I can handle any more wrestling right now. I feel like I nutted, but she's still sucking. The first match of the night, oh my god, is Goldust and Stardust versus The New Day. The shuckin' and jivin', happy, smiling, singing, clapping, dancing black minstrel singers who just love to have fun. Hey, I'm not trying to get all politically correct or anything, but you gotta admit, WWE is the only company in the world where the guy in blackface is the least racist thing on screen. Do I really have to talk about this match? No, I don't. Fuck it. Who cares? The only good thing about it was Stardust going full Shrek. Now the show finally starts. Yeah, all that was just the pre-show. Dolph Ziggler, who's in his hometown, versus Luke Harper for the Intercontinental belt. This match was pretty good, I guess. By far the best match on the show for what that's worth. It's obvious that both of these guys went into this wanting to prove something because it's insanely brutal. But the problem is there's just been no decent build-up, so no matter how badly they destroy their bodies for our entertainment, in the end it doesn't really matter because we're not invested in this storyline as much as we should be. And they did destroy themselves for us. You really gotta respect a guy who's willing to go to any length and put his body on the line for the audience. But it almost seems in vain when the WWE product as a whole is so stale. It's not worthy of the sacrifice these athletes make, because no matter how much heart they put into their performance, and no matter how hard they try to steal the show, in the end, all anyone's gonna remember is that Super Cena defied the odds again, and Dean Ambrose was killed by an exploding TV. Well, that was fucking stupid. 5 minutes into the match, both guys look like they were in a motorcycle accident. Luke Harper kamikazes himself, jumping headfirst out of the ring into a ladder and landing on his arm. I'm surprised it's not broken. Dolph's got cuts and bruises all over him from bumping like a maniac. Jesus Christ, by the time this guy's 40, he's gonna be joining Edge on Haven. He gets busted open on a ladder. Oh my god. Harper's arms are all cut up, and then Ziggler kills him with a facebuster onto the ladder. Then there's a DDT off the ladder. Then Dolph nails him with a ladder onto another ladder. This shit is horrific. Both of these guys are bleeding from everywhere. Finally, Dolph super kicks Harper off the ladder and grabs the belt. Wow, that was exciting. What a great pay-per-view. Oh, there's still 2 hours left. Next up is the stairs match. Yeah, this year it's tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. So, there's a stairs match. Oh god, I'm shitting my pants. Big Slow comes out looking fat, old, and boring like always. Then Eric Rowan comes out, and he's still cool in my book. But then they have a stairs match. He throws him into the stairs. He kicks the stairs. He hits him with the stairs. He beats up all the stairs. He makes a wall out of the stairs. The crowd stares as Big Show unzips him. The network freezes. I click refresh. My bowels loosen. I feel the hot brown drizzling outwards and forming a shallow puddle around my buttocks. My futon is ruined. He throws him into the stairs. He slams him onto the stairs. He pins him with the stairs. Big Show is the winner. He is the Stair Master. I am the Master Baiter. I am masturbating in my crap. It is a swampy marsh that smells of Slim Jims and Tabasco sauce. It clears the sinuses. I lay in the darkness, breathing softly as the scat water flows. My semen mixes with the watery sauce of my anus. A sweet nectar is created, an ambrosia to cure what ails me, a colonic tonic. I drink, my body heals, the sickness leaves me. For now, the network freezes again. Now it's time for the tables match. Woo! The match where whoever flies through the table is dead. Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury interfere. Paul Heyman interferes, but then he dies. Everyone knows the only purpose of a tables match is for the babyface to lose without looking weak, because even strong men fall through a table sometimes. It's just one of those things. It's just life. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Although John Cena's status as a babyface is debatable, the official stance is that he's supposed to be the good guy, even though he's the most unlikable character ever and everyone hates him. Especially Lillian Garcia, who's had it with this shit and really wishes people would stop throwing each other into the timekeepers area. Do you know why John Cena is called John Cena? Because I've seen enough of him. Oh, my stomach is starting to hurt again. Maybe I should get up and go to the John. What does John Cena have in common with my crap? They both come in many colors, but always look corny. I'm not saying John Cena is boring. But when Triple H said he could wrestle a broom and make it look good, John Cena was the broom. It's appropriate that John Cena wears McDonald's colors, because every time I see him win a match, I grimace. Eventually, 100 people from the audience gang up on John Cena and throw him through all the tables. John Cena gets thrown through so many tables that he retires and goes on Haven. At least that's what I assumed was happening, because the network froze again. But when it came back, there were 7 more people in the ring, and then John Cena was the winner. Which means that John Cena is going to fight Brock Lesnar for the 4th time. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no!
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Next up is the Divas match. I've never been more excited in my life. Nikki Bella and Brie Bella cut a promo trying to explain the fact that they're together again by saying that even though they've hated each other for the last 5 months, they've put their grudge aside because blood is thicker than water. That's not what that phrase means, by the way, but whatever. As long as it saves me from having to watch any more cringeworthy monologues from Nikki. I'm not saying that Nikki Bella's acting is wooden, but when John Cena said he could marry a broom and make it look good, Nikki Bella was the broom. Speaking of being married to the right person, Nikki Bella won the match because AJ is married to the wrong person. After that, Superstar of the Year, Roman Reigns, cuts the most terrible, awkward promo ever in the entire history of wrestling. He stumbles over words and looks lost, but I guess that's bound to happen when you're always roaming around. Some people think that he's being pushed too fast, but I disagree. I think he's being pulled by the reins. It is Christmas after all, so maybe he's being pulled by reindeer. Roman Reigns has been out with a hernia, but now he's back. Okay, that was a bad one even for me. But seriously, folks, Roman's return is a hot topic, which is also where he buys his pants. I think that Roman Reigns has a great look. He's definitely been conditioned for success, and it's obvious that the company sees him as a big investment. But that doesn't shield him from criticism. Do you like these Roman Reigns jokes, or should I rein them in? I'm not saying that Roman Reigns is only being pushed because of his family, but the only thing Roman about him is that he's related to Hercules. Some of you are commenting right now that Hercules was Greek, not Roman. But actually, he exists in both mythologies, and the Greeks called him Heracles. So it's the movies that always get it wrong, not me. While I was coming up with these Roman Reigns jokes, 2 other matches happened that I didn't pay attention to. I assume they were terrible. Finally, we get to Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Hey, Wyatt, just a minute here. Is this the main event? I guess time flies when you're being dumb. Speaking of dumb, this feud sure has been. I like how Dean Ambrose is perfectly capable of cutting a promo just days after having his trachea crushed. Hashtag I can't breathe. And don't even get me started on Bray Wyatt. If you start me up, I'll never stop. Don't do it. Don't start me up. I warned you. You're starting me up. I'm about to lose control. Here I go. Bray Wyatt sucks. This character is a pointless, ineffectual moron who just rambles on and on about absolutely nothing. All of his promos are the same. All of his feuds are the same. He might be a great worker. He might have a great entrance. And he's obviously very passionate about his character. But the problem is that his character sucks. Who has he beat? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, so he's a complete joke then, right? What is his goal? What does Bray Wyatt want? To take down the system? To take over the world? Well, how does he plan to do that? By wrestling? If he wants to be some kind of revolutionary, then what is he doing here? Why is he a wrestler? What is his purpose in the WWE? And what is he talking about? I hate wrestling. It's stupid. The whole thing's stupid. This is a cartoon for children. What am I doing with my life? I guess this match was okay, but that didn't stop me from shitting my pants. I've spent this entire pay-per-view writing bad jokes and evacuating my bowels. But I guess when you think about it, that's really all I've ever done my whole life. Bray Wyatt is wearing brown pants tonight, which is pretty smart, because if he craps his pants, no one will be able to see. Never wear white pants on Taco Day. I like Dean Ambrose because he makes funny faces and jumps off of things. He's so crazy that he goes to get the highest ladder in the... No, wait. I guess he's getting the second highest ladder. But that's still pretty crazy. At the end of the match, Dean Ambrose tries to rip out a plasma monitor to hit Bray with, but it explodes in his face and kills him, which allows Bray to hit his finish and win. So in the end, Bray Wyatt finally wins a match because of a freak accident caused by his opponent's stupidity. He's still a joke, he still sucks, wrestling is gay, and I'm covered in crap. Speaking of crap, that's what TLC was. Dolph Ziggler and Luke Harper did their damnedest to steal the show, but they might as well have stayed home because everything else was pointless and stupid. The big thing to take away from this pay-per-view is that The Undertaker's streak was sacrificed for nothing, because Vince McMahon thinks that everyone who works for him is a lazy millennial, and none of them are worthy of headlining with Brock, except for his husbando, John Cena. I'm not saying that Vince McMahon is a closet homosexual who's in love with John Cena, but Vince McMahon is a closet homosexual who's in love with John Cena. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is something wrong with being a wrestling fan. because everything about wrestling is the stupidest thing ever.
And so, in conclusion, WWE sucks, this pay-per-view was the drizzling shits, and NXT is officially the A brand. I'm drowning in kayfabe, and God bless us, everyone.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom.